third day of the gratitude challenge, and I'll go straight at it. And I'll say, first thing I'm grateful for is that I'm so grateful for learning. Learning new stuff is kind of like it's opening my mind and it's opening my world. It's kind of like the world and my mind is kind of like expanding at the same time. Well, it's a mind game, so why wouldn't it be? And also it's very good for kind of like backing up knowledge in this subject, that what you learn from here is kind of like lifting this up and kind of like supporting each other. I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for eye contact. I think it's such a great feeling looking another person into the eyes. I think it's so nice to give that part of yourself and show them, this is me, here I am, and this is what I contain inside of me. And also I think it's the best when you have the chance to look another person in the eye and they're kind of like showing you this is what they are. And I'm grateful for that. And then I'm grateful for being. Kind of like just being in that state of mind where you're not supposed to do anything. There's no rush for making anything. You don't need a title. You don't need a lot of money. You just need to find that calm spot inside of yourself where you're kind of like, where you're feeling yourself and you're really just being. Very grateful for this. And then I'm grateful for spring. It's like, it's so full of life, it's so flourishing, it's so green, it's so alive, it's just like, woo, blows my mind, I love it. And I'm also very grateful for yin and yang, because I think it's like the ultimate symbol. It's like, it shows that everything is kind of like a bit inside everything. It's like if you have a good person, he usually have a bit of bad inside of him, and also a bad person have a bit of good inside of them. And it's like plus and minus in the mathematics, and it's like it's a symbol that's beyond words, because words cannot describe it, because it's so much bigger. It's like, but still it's so clarifying in so many aspects of life, and I really appreciate and cherish yin and yang. And then I'm very grateful for the stars, kind of like the stars in the sky. It's like, it's one of the few places underneath the stars where I really, really feel that I belong somewhere and where I feel at home. And usually I kind of like minding myself and being a lot of time on my own, and I know that I don't belong that many places, but underneath the stars I always get this feeling of home, and I really, really appreciate that, and I'm very grateful for it. And then I'm very grateful for demonstrations. I think it's such a cool thing when people stand up, leave the couches, leave the computers, leave the home, go up and stand up and show that this is what I believe in. I think that's I don't necessarily have to be agreeing with what people are demonstrating upon. It doesn't matter that much to me. I just like that spirit from in here that's saying that enough, and I'm leaving everything because I want to show it's enough and I won't have it anymore. Really, 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 I'm grateful for that. And of course, I'm very grateful for love. Love in every aspect, and again, love is such a huge definition that cannot be described, but basically everything is love. And I think love for other people, love for oneself, love for the flowers, love for the trees, love for talking to you. It's like, I'm very grateful for love. I wish I could explain it, but that's just not possible. And I'm very grateful for Socrates, the great Greek philosopher, known as the wisest man on earth. He is quoted for saying, "The only thing I know is that I know nothing." I mean, that's a wise guy. And actually by saying this, you could almost argue that already at this point he knew a bit too much. But the good thing about his quote is that it kind of like takes responsibility of everything you can say. Probably that's why he was asking questions instead of saying, because I don't know anything. That's why I'm asking, because I'm trying to find out. And also it gives this loophole into things that it makes everything possible. Because if the wisest man on the earth, in the world, didn't know anything, and that was the only thing he knew, then it opens the door that everything is a possibility. And I love that possibility. And the last thing I'm grateful for on today's list is hope. Because hope is such a big thing that it actually has the possibility of beating out fear. And fear is what's controlling most lives. Some fear they won't have enough money for retirement. Some people fear the Third World War. Some people fear what other people think. And there's so many different degrees of fear. But basically it's what's holding people back. And hope is what's kind of like can let everything go, because you have to face the fear every now and then. Because fear is just an illusion, pretty much. So hope is what can kind of like dissolve the fear and the illusion. So I'm very grateful for hope. And that was today's 10 things. But I will say one more thing that I'm very grateful for that kind of like goes beyond all of this. And of course, that is my loving daughter. And I know she'll be very, very happy to hear this. She knows already, but she always also would like you to hear it, because that's that small part of ego she has. That's very tiny small part, but I know it means a lot to her. And I love her. So that was kind of like the 10 things of today. And like yesterday, it's like I have to put down later tonight, I have to find kind of like the best moment of the day and put it in that magical stone. I'll keep that to myself because I think that's quite personal. And also yet I'm not sure what it is. That's gonna have to be evaluated later tonight. And it's kind of like expanding every day. So also today I have to find the pictures of 3 people that I'm very grateful for. I have to write down 5 reasons for why I'm grateful for them. And kind of like thank them for that part. And of course again, my loving daughter, I'm so grateful for her, for all the reasons. It's like I will keep this to myself, but it's kind of like you have to do this exercise 3 times a day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the middle of the day, and 1 in the evening. Look at the picture, kind of like mentioning it one by one. I'm grateful for your honesty, and I will thank you very, very much for that thing. So, my daughter Celia and my Italian brother Andrea, also I am so grateful for him in so many ways. It's kind of like a 100% guy. I can only look up to him and cherish him in the best possible way. And the last person is a person I don't see so much, but I'm very grateful for other things. And I'll keep the name to myself because actually I feel it's a bit private. See you again tomorrow with a bit more gratitude, believe it or not.